Well, I thought Maryland might be a little bit more competitive this year. It seemed like this was starting to be a little bit warmer part of the schedule. Coming up at Nebraska next week. Not necessarily the case today, though. The Buckeyes pretty much in control right from the first drive of the game, marching it down the field. J.T. Barrett with a touchdown. Right after that, Bosa gets a strip sack. Jerome Baker picks it up for a scoop and score, 14-0, just like that, before Maryland even knew what hit them. Maryland returns I think it was right after the Baker touchdown. Maryland runs their kickoff back 100 yards for a touchdown. So maybe giving themselves a little bit of hope. You know, they didn't really quit in the first half. They probably should have. By the time it got to halftime and you saw the score, it was like, well, then I think at that point they kind of quit. Maybe they didn't quit. They were just overmatched. There was a few games this year and maybe a few more to go where teams are just going to be overwhelmed by the Buckeyes' defensive line. Every one of them guys. They bring in Chase Young in the second half, and right as they're talking about him, what he's capable of, where he's from, yada, 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 he gets a strip sack. So, and that's just their seventh or eighth guy on the defensive line probably. Everybody, it seemed like, got a touchdown run. JT, as I mentioned, Paris Campbell, probably the nicest touchdown run of the day. A reverse, around 20, 25 yards. But again, just showing how much faster he is than everybody. He gets a touchdown run. Weber and Dobbins each got a touchdown run. Antonio Williams getting one in late in the game. I think that was the Buckeyes' final score. Putting them up 62-7 at that point was the Antonio. Uncle Benj and Victor, Sammy Magna Ball both getting, or is it Marcus? What's that guy's name? Magna Ball gets a touchdown along with Victor and Austin Mack right before the half, making it 41-7. The Austin Mack, that was the absolute dagger right there. I mean, 34-7 is pretty bad, but I just would have been disgusted as a Maryland fan at that point. Buckeyes losing offensive lineman. Looks like out for a while. Broken leg. I think it was a broken leg. Ankle. Something bad. And then also Maryland loses another quarterback. Unfortunately, that seems to be their thing. I think they're on like 9 quarterbacks now over the last 4 years. Most of them, just about every one of them, due to injury, too. They might have had a guy or two benched, but... So I don't know. And Dobbins' touchdown run. Even I think it was only about a 3-yard touchdown. That play right there is what separates that dude. That's why he's the starter and pretty much going to be the man going forward. Weber had a couple of decent runs today, but the Dobbins run, it looks like it's not going to be anything, maybe even a yard or two loss. He stops, just, complete cut and change in direction, bursts forward, dives for the end zone head first. Smart enough to realize just the way he just positioned his body where his knees and feet didn't touch the ground before that ball got to the goal line. Just a brilliant run by that dude. Paris Campbell did it with all speed. Dobbins did it with just, a lot of talent. And he just, that was just a smart run. The way he arched his body there at the end, that was absolutely perfect. It's what he had. It was the only way he could have scored, diving and scoring that way. And he did it. Boom. And I think at that point, the game was pretty much over. Yeah, it was 55-7 at that point. The Weber drive, where Weber scored a touchdown, they just started feeding it to him play after play. So I don't know. You get the point. 62-14, Maryland did throw in another garbage touchdown at the end. At one point, they ran up this demographic, kind of trying to compare them to TCU. Called them the Tiny Turtles. Felt like maybe perhaps a little bit more offensive, but a more appropriate name would have just been the Twerps. Right? Waited the whole video just to call them the Twerps. All right, boom, we're out of here. At Nebraska next week. Powerful Cornhuskers out there that are fish fans. I don't know, in case you cared.